The Justice Department will not prosecute the officers involved in the Freddie Gray case. Plus, Apple unveiled a 10th anniversary special edition iPhone with a hefty price tag. And we have a recap of Secretary Hillary Clinton's first television appearance since the presidential election. Hello from the ABC Columbia studio. I'm Kimberlei Davis. Thank you for joining me. Here are your trending headlines for Wednesday, September 13th. The Justice Department announced Tuesday that it will not prosecute 6 Baltimore police officers in the 2015 death of Freddie Gray. In a statement, the DOJ said it found insufficient evidence to support federal criminal civil rights charges against the officers. Gray died in April of 2015 after suffering a neck injury while in police custody, his death sparking massive protests and riots in Baltimore. In July of 2016, Baltimore prosecutors dropped charges against 3 of the officers, while the other 3 had previously been acquitted. According to the DOJ, the officers made no admissions that would allow us to prove that any of the officers were actually aware that transporting Gray without a seatbelt in back of a police wagon would create a substantial risk of serious harm. The department also cannot prove that the officers received training regarding substantial risk or harms associated with the transportation of unseatbelted detainees. Many U.S. legislators said they were disappointed by the Justice Department's decision, but added, quote, "We are not surprised." Hillary Clinton's new book hit store shelves Tuesday, and tons of supporters lined up for a chance to get a signed copy of the First Lady's book, What Happened. Secretary Clinton stopped by The View this morning and chatted with the ladies. Here is some of her interview.
I think it's important that we not only look at what candidates and campaigns have to do, and frankly what the government has to do to deal with this Russian threat. I think the press has to say, how are we going to cover candidates going forward who may take a page out of, Trump's book? And the more outrageous you are, the more inflammatory you are. The higher the ratings.
That's the problem.
And at some point, it isn't a reality TV show. No. It's reality. And we've got to get people back into understanding and voting on that.
Well, and you get a lot of criticism, and you have, when people say, well, she won't take responsibility for the loss. I read your book. You clearly took responsibility for the loss. You've always taken responsibility for the loss, but you claim others share responsibility as well. You talk about Bernie Sanders, and you say he shares responsibility. What do you mean by that?
Well, in the book, I talk about how a lot of his attacks on me became increasingly personal. And I was surprised by that, because at the very beginning of the campaign, he came to me and he said, I read about this in the book, let's not have personal attacks, and families are off limits. I said, absolutely. Look, let's have a vigorous debate. By March or April, I had an insurmountable lead. I ended up winning by 4 million votes. I know what it's like to lose, because I lost in 2008 to President Obama. As soon as I lost, I turned around, I endorsed him. I worked hard for him. I was arguing with my supporters at the Denver convention in 2008 about why they had to quit complaining that I didn't win and get out and support Barack Obama. And I didn't get that respect from him and his supporters.
You can watch Clinton's full take on the Russian controversy, Charlottesville, and what happened during the election by visiting abccolumbia.com. 10 years after the launch of the first iPhone, Apple has revealed its latest editions of the iPhone. At its annual press conference, the company unveiled the iPhone 8 and its bigger sibling, the iPhone 8 Plus. The iPhone 8 devices pack a powerful punch. They're faster, sturdier, and better at snapping photos and features wireless charging. Apple also unveiled its 10th anniversary edition smartphone, the iPhone 10 or X. Pre-orders start Friday, September 15th, and hit stores the following Friday, September 22nd. Join us for news, weather, sports, and more on air, online, and on the ABC Columbia mobile app. I'm Kimberlei Davis. Thank you for sharing this day with me. Have a great Wednesday, and thanks for watching.